Number 15, Elijah Mooney, to kick off for Summit to start the game. Back to receive for Franklin. Number 19, Christian Clemente, and number 21.
Friday the 13th, and anything can happen on this fourth Friday night for the WCTV Game of the Week. We're here at Franklin High School, where the Rebels will take on the Summit Spartans. Franklin receives the opening kick, make it out to the 30-yard line. My name's Michael Williams alongside Paul Brees, and this, like I said, the fourth game of our young WCTV year. Paul Brees, take us through what we need to know.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The temperature has not dropped since week 1. We are still at about 90 degrees, but here's what we do know. Two teams right here hopefully going in the same direction. Summit 3-0, Franklin 1-2, and it must win just to keep your momentum going here, as Guy Lipscomb will be your new quarterback here for Franklin this season.
Lipscomb on a rollout to his right side is bottled up and gains about 4 yards just across the 35-yard line on the Rebels' opening play.
And Guy Lipscomb, the quarterback, a switch. Josh Nichols has moved to receiver. Guy Lipscomb now the quarterback, bringing more of a athletic-ish option to the Franklin offense. 0 touchdown passes on the season, but if he has the ball in his hands, anything can happen, run or pass.
Good change tonight as Lipscomb keeps it on the option play, kind of falls apart at the last second there. And
Christian Hendricks on the carry.
It's going to be Christian Hendricks on the pitch. Guy Lipscomb, about as good as you could get on the option right there. The late pitch was just a little bit off. And Franklin very fortunate to get possession of the ball back here on 3rd and 4.
So the Rebs at their own 38-yard line. 4 yards to gain. Lipscomb on the keeper and up close to the first down as he's across the 45-yard line, and see where they mark it. Believe they'll go ahead and move the chains just like we talked about last week, Paul Brees.
Yeah, Franklin is going to have to basically keep the ball out of Summit's offense, so ground control, clock management, it's a big factor here for Franklin. They are not going to hit you with the home run on offense, but they can definitely wind the clock down, and you look up and the quarter's almost over.
So quick whistle as Summit has an equipment issue, I believe, and they had to run another linebacker on. So now we're set to go. Franklin now with their first down of the game. They're 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Lipscomb back to pass, got his man, and falls incomplete.
That's going to be Christian Hendricks again. Lipscomb, they settled in the defense there with the fake, and Guy Lipscomb made a great throw. Good defensive play by the Summit High School defense. Joseph Bell, Breimer, Arnold, Wade, Jolly, Hurd, Wells, Wirtz, LaBelle, Pierce, and Odomegwu.
Be calling George Odomegwu's name quite a bit, I would suspect, on offenses. He was a heck of a running back for them last year. 2nd down, 10, again from the 43. Just underway here at Howard Gamble Stadium at Franklin High School. This is the fourth Friday night of WCTV football. Hope you're joining us tonight on either streaming YouTube or streaming Facebook. There we are. There's Coach Brees. He's got his clipboard.
Absolutely.
That's me with my old man glasses on.
No, I got mine on. Absolutely.
And there we are. So 3rd down and 6. Rebels approaching midfield. Lipscomb back to pass. This time, again, the ball intended for Hendricks, but falls incomplete, and Franklin will be forced to kick it away.
Man, you feel kind of bad for Guy Lipscomb, the quarterback. Kind of struggled throwing. He's got about a 60% completion rate, but Christian Hendricks 2 times right on the money and just couldn't reel it in. And now the punt by Franklin.
So Ian Burr set to kick it away. Summit has nobody back.
Well, that's probably a mistake because Burr is a tremendous punter.
He sure is.
And this was a field-changing punt.
And that'll take a nice Franklin roll and die just inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah,
So Ian Burr, with a fantastic punt, pins Summit back deep inside their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, Ian Burr, the senior, tremendous punter, and it was very strange, as you mentioned, nobody back deep for Summit right there. I don't know if they felt like, they were going to fake it. Ian Burr has played quarterback. I think he came up JV and was playing some quarterback at the time, but focusing on kicking now.
Well, here are the Spartans 1st and 10 and finding a little running room. Number 23, that is Odemegwu. Told you we'd be calling his name a little bit. Odemegwu, the senior running back for the Summit Spartans. So the carry nets 10 yards up to the 15-yard line. And again, Summit spreads out the Rebels. They give again to Odemegwu, looking for some daylight on that left side, and will be hemmed up around the 20-yard line. Maybe a pickup of about 4.
Well, if there's one thing that Franklin is going to have to do, and you have a coach in Donnie Webb, who's affectionately known as Dr. Defense, the front 7 are going to have to tackle, or at least slow Odemegwu, Keaton Wade, Destin Wade, the 3-headed monster. If not, it's going to be a long night for the Rebels.
So the inside give that to number 7, Keaton Wade, one of the twin brothers. Just over the 35-yard line. Quickly back to the line is Summit now. And the hurry-up offense. And Wade, he'll take it. Finds some daylight on the right side. And a nice long run as he is finally run out of bounds by Elijah Johnson. So the quick hitter, Paul Brees, nets a big gain for Summit, and we've got a flag now. And
no, it's going to be a timeout on Franklin. Coach Donnie Webb for Franklin's got to be frustrated. They got themselves caught in a bad situation. As you talked about, Summit kind of in a hurry up right there, came to the line ready, caught Franklin off guard, and a huge gain by Summit. And if there's an offense that's going to be able to score quickly, Summit will be the team that could hit the quick strike.
Well, Coach Brian Coleman, in his 4th year with the Summit Spartans, originally first year started out 0-10. And ever since then, it's been a steady climb uphill. He's been rolling up the win since his first year, I should say. After that first year of 0-10, he's gone 30-18. So Summit making some noise in the southern part of the county. They're at 5A this year. Franklin at 6A, so this is not a region game.
No.
This is only the 3rd time these two squads have met. Franklin has won both times. So here's Summit after the big Destin Wade run. 1st and 10 from the Franklin 43, and Wade again up the gut, and this will go all the way 43 yards. Touchdown Summit, touchdown Destin Wade, and the quick strike of Summit has tagged Franklin for a quick 6 points.
Well, we talked about the home run strike ability by the Summit Spartans, and you see Coach Coleman right there. Got to be impressed with the start offensively. And had a little chip on his shoulder as the 5A school comes in here to play the 6A Franklin Rebels. It was 7:56 here in the first period. The Summit Spartans. We'll see right here, just a nice kick-out block. They didn't really have a linebacker that stepped up and did anything, and once Wade is in the open field, it's Katie bar the door, 43 yards, touchdown.
So a lot of green on this new fake turf, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you call this? You don't call it AstroTurf anymore
No,
we did in our day.
But here's what we do know. This field is going to be 10 times softer than playing on grass because we haven't had any rain in 40 days, which is a reverse of things in the past. I mean, I don't think I need to mow my yard. I think I'm done for the season.
Well, you don't have any problem with that, do you?
I do mow my own grass. But it always helps when you have a zero turn. I can move pretty quick.
So Reed Kemp and Christian Clemente set to receive for Franklin just inside their 10-yard line. Elijah Mooney set to kick it away for Summit, and will have a return this time. It comes to one of the upbacks for the Rebels. And wrestled down inside the 30-yard line. Franklin will take over 1st and 10.
And that was Ashton Orton on the return. So we'll see how the Rebels offense bounces back. Unfortunate offensive last series. They had 2 pretty good looks in the passing game that were not converted. And now let's see if Guy Lipscomb, the quarterback, can settle them back in.
But he had a couple of open looks at Christian Hendricks, the receiver, in their first series, but came up empty-handed as the quick dive goes for maybe a yard. Grayson Bruce, the ball carrier, crosses the, well, they put it back right at the 30-yard line, so maybe a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. Summit did not have the ball long.
No.
So Lipscomb keeps 2 backs in, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. And the option goes for maybe another yard as Bruce gets up to about the 33-yard line.
And with the Franklin Rebels offense, First and, second and 9, not a good position to be in. 3rd and 7, another tough situation for this Rebel offense, but they show multiple looks in everything they do.
So 3rd down now. Lipscomb rolls to his right. Got a little daylight in front of him. He can take this if he wants to. Instead, chucks it, and it's picked off. And Summit with the first turnover of the night. Couldn't tell who the thief was on that. But had a little daylight, did Guy Lipscomb. Opted to throw it.
I think it's Caleb Jolly, number 12, right there for the Spartans. As Lipscomb threw it, I was concerned that maybe he was across the line of scrimmage, but the ball just kind of got away from him, and Jolly made the interception, and the Spartans with tremendous field position.
So Caleb Jolly's interception, Jolly the junior, and Summit in business. And Wade finds himself in a little bit of trouble, gets it away, and an amazing catch by Grayson Hill on his belly. And comes up close to the first. He does have the first down. So Wade with an amazing escape and an even more amazing throw finds his target. And Summit again in business, 1st and 10 at the Rebel 33.
Huge Destin Wade
Rebel 23,
keeping the play alive right there to get the Spartans a first down.
The inside give again to Wade, Keaton Wade. He drops, well, thought that was the ball on the ground. It was a helmet. So Wade, bottled up by the Rebels, is dropped just outside the 25-yard line.
Well, that time, putting the Spartans into a 2nd and 10 situation. And with Journey Keen's helmet coming off, the tackler on the play, he's going to have to sit this particular play out. I think, well, you know what? There's a flag, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If your helmet comes off, you're supposed to get out of the way. You're not allowed to make the tackle on the play. If your helmet comes off offensively, you cannot, and that you have the ball, you cannot
So you
be
got
a part of the play.
You got to get out of dodge. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So they're conferring right here, and maybe this is going to be a call. We'll take a listen right here. And yep.
So I wonder what the signal is.
Yeah, legal participation.
Okay, so that's what they call it. You're exactly right, Paul Bree. So Keene's helmet came off. He continued to participate in the play when he should have been running away from it. So he'll be flagged for that.
You're telling the 17-year-old to stop playing?
Stop playing.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. And
that's kind of a reactionary thing on the player's part. So again, with the penalty, Summit up close to the 10-yard line. They have it 1st and 10, and threatening yet again, already on top 7-0. Wait again to Odumegwu. He's got some daylight on the right side, and he'll trot in for the second score. The second quick hit of the night is Odumegwu found plenty of daylight on that right side. Touchdown Summit. And quickly, as we are haven't touched the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, and Summit on top 13-0, awaiting the PAT here.
Point pending.
Point pending, thank you very much.
And this was kind of sloppy last time, and it's going to, creep in. So 14-0 Summit quickly. The turnover by the Rebels. Summit comes down. Here's just a handoff. Odumegwu finds the hole. Wade leads the way. And it just doesn't get any easier. The ones they say you don't get touched. Always a clean jersey is always a good thing.
Well, these Summit Spartans, like we said, come into the game 3-0. They have a 35-15 win over Indy the first game of the year. Spring Hill, they beat 35-7, and then last week beat Columbia Central 34-14. So they sit atop Region 5-5A along with Page High School.
It is going to be a showdown. I think what they say, October 4th, maybe?
October 4th, I believe we are out at Page, and these two squads, these two 5-5A squads, on a collision course to be sure. Rebels, again, coming into this game 1-2. They won this game in 2013, 49-12, and then again in 2014, 35-10. But things not looking so good for the Rebels early. As the kickoff goes,
Reed Kemp
to Kemp, breaks the tackle.
And going to they'll probably tack on another 15 for a face mask on the Spartans. So Franklin going to have a pretty good field position here. Starting on the, I would think, the Summit side of the field.
So Reed Kemp, the 11th grader, with a nice return, broken tackle, and like Paul Bree said, we're going to have another penalty. We'll put the ball just on the outside, on the other side of the 45-yard line of the Rebels.
Just a 5-yard face mask. Reed Kemp, you'll see it right here. He is a basketball player playing football, and the last basketball player that played football that had a lot of ability, Garrison Matthews.
So Lipscomb in trouble, and he'll be swallowed up at the 40-yard line.
Yeah. Well, Garrison Matthews now with the Washington Wizards. How about that? In the NBA. Yeah, that's right. NBA. Yeah. Washington Wizards. Guy Lipscomb right there holding the ball just a tad too long. You know, one of those things where you say, if you don't got it, throw it out. And that's tough. Guy Lipscomb, brand new starter at quarterback, 4 games in.
So a loss of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 16. Lipscomb again, 3 receivers right, looks to his right, tries to roll right, again in trouble.
He's got field.
A lot of daylight ahead, and up close to the first down. He's run out of bounds.
I think he's short.
Just short of the 45-yard line of Summit. So they don't have the first, brings up 3rd down and short. But a good display of scrambling ability there by the senior guy, Lipscomb. Got a nice chunk of yardage back. And he's got Franklin sitting at 3rd and 1 at the Summit 45-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Summit on top 14-0. The inside give is to number 33. That is DJ Durham. One of my best ever 800 runners in track at Grassland Middle School a few years ago.
DJ Durham, also a junior.
So Durham gets punches it up to the 43-yard line of Summit. First down for the Rebels. Lipscomb again back to pass, firing. This time he's got Hendricks. And
there we go.
A nice first down as Christian Hendricks hauls it in and is taken down at the Summit 15-yard line.
Well, a tremendous call right there. They've tried to run that play 3 times. Hendricks did not catch it the first 2 times. 1-2, step, throw. This guy, Guy Lipscomb, a baseball player, going to Belmont, and he just winds up and throws it. And a great pickup, and Franklin with a little momentum.
So a 28-yard gain on the play. Lipscomb again inside to Durham. Ball is free. A couple of Summit players pointing their direction. But not a whole lot of movement on either side, and it does go over. So this nice drive that Franklin had going is suddenly stalled out on the fumble.
As Mason Jones, 73 right there, comes up with the ball and hands it to the ref and says, thought
it was mine.
Yeah. Man, just unfortunate.
So the turnover gives the Spartans the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line. Summit again with that quick strike ability.
Yeah, Franklin is going to have to get them in a 3rd and a mid-range long situation. They have not been put in that situation, Summit offensively, that is.
So the keeper.
Uh-oh.
And again.
Uh-oh. Oh, my. That was.
I think that was Odemegwu again.
Yeah, absolutely. And credit Elijah Johnson, the cornerback over there, for just getting enough extension right there just to push Odemegwu out, because if not.
He had a lot of daylight in front of him.
71-yard.
Down that sideline. But Odemegwu does pick up the first down. 1st and 10 from the Spartan 29-yard line. 2:22 to go here in the first quarter. Wade will roll out. And that one will be picked off.
Reed Kemp.
Kemp again.
This could be a
Got a little daylight on the right side, so the Spartans will give it right back as Reed Kemp with the interception. He'll take it up inside the 15-yard line of the Spartans, and now the Rebels back in business.
And a late flag. Late flag over there. I think it may be unsportsmanlike, but you'll see it right here. Wade, plenty of time. He's going to try to hit the seam guy up the numbers right there. Misses it, Kemp. Nice play. And we're going to see a big hit here at the end by the other Wade. He's just going to pick him up and drop him and then hover on him, step over him.
So there's the bit of extracurricular right there.
It may be on Franklin, actually.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Number 32 of the intercepting team. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the 5.
Well, so a little excited over there as the second man was caught on that.
Absolutely unfortunate for Franklin. I mean, you had a situation where the referee surely should have seen Wade standing over him, but definitely the extra push that got things going down there.
So the Rebels get the ball back on the turnover inside the Summit 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Durham again on the carry, I believe that was.
Bruce on the carry.
Or Bruce, rather, sorry. Grayson Bruce maybe picks up a couple. Franklin not finding a great deal of running room inside tonight.
Well,
Paul Brees, this
Here's what
game
I
would
know.
look a whole lot better at 14-7 for the Rebels as opposed
Absolutely.
to 21-0.
I mean, if they can punch one in right before the quarter ends, that would definitely provide a little momentum of.
So 2nd down 8 for the Rebs. And again, Lipscomb keeps trying to find some daylight on that left side and run out of bounds as he crosses the 15-yard line.
Lipscomb on the keeper. Odomegwu running out of
God,
bounds.
Lipscomb, he's definitely come to play tonight. He's going to give everything he has to try to get the Rebels in a winning situation here. You see it right here. Definitely a automatic keeper. Lipscomb, the corner's taken out by the receiver.
Gain of 5 on
And
the play. It's 3rd and a long 3.
Pushed out by Odomegwu. Probably one of the few guys that can catch him.
So 3rd and 3 for the Rebs. Lipscomb again rolls to his right, looking, finding a little seam, and he'll cross the 20-yard line and pick up the 1st down. And these Rebels in business now.
Elijah Mooney tripped him up.
Absolutely. Franklin just was down in this position last drive, fumbled. They need to keep it clean right here.
So the Rebs 1st and 10 from about from the Summit 17. Lipscomb again rolling to his right, looking, finding his man, that is Josh Nichols.
Lipscomb's pass complete to number 9, Josh Nichols.
And Nichols will, I believe he's up to the 14-yard line.
Yep. Josh Nichols,
Gibson Arnold ran him out of bounds.
quarterback turned receiver, and
That is our crazy
yeah.
Friday the 13th moon tonight. Sort of the
Gain of about 5
Woohoo.
yards on the play.
Somebody told me this was not going to happen for another 40-something years.
yeah.
I don't-
You and me, we won't ever see this again. 14 seconds to go. Clock ticks away. Lipscomb again on the keeper. He's got a little room, and he's inside the 10-yard line, close to another 1st down, and that will likely be the last play of the 1st quarter. So it will be as the siren sound, and Franklin down 14-0, knocking on the door. Thanks for joining us for this WCTV Game of the Week, our 4th one of this year. My name's Michael Williams, alongside my buddy Paul Brees, on this Friday the 13th here at Franklin's Howard Gamble Stadium, excuse me.
Well,
Boys, that moon is
yeah, it is
nasty.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So 14-0. If we recap the 1st quarter, it seemed like a dominant performance by Summit, but Franklin had glimpses in the passing game where they kind of exposed the Summit defense a little bit. Turnover kind of thwarted that last drive by Franklin, but here knocking on the door again. So, you know, if Summit goes up 21, it's not a good situation for Franklin. I mean, this has got to be 7, in my opinion. If they get into 4-down territory, which they are, it says 2nd and 5. I don't. Who knows? Who knows? 3rd and 5. I don't.
I thought Lipscomb had the 1st down
Yeah,
on
I thought it
on
did
the
too, but it's
keeper.
goal. It's can't. The ball's placed at what, the 8?
I could have sworn he had the 1st
I did
down,
too.
but
Well,
he might have another yard to go. But it looks like Franklin can pick up the 1st down here as they're inside the 10-yard line.
okay.
Of some, well, no, they do.
No.
They mark it. Now
There
it
we
is
go.
1st down. Okay, so we were right.
Never doubt us.
No. Most of the time, but never. So we'll get it figured out here. I think we've got our down figured out. Certainly have our distance figured out. And the Rebs need to punch one in here as Lipscomb, he'll again keep it. Nice lead block, and he'll cross the 5-yard line. They'll give him forward progress.
Lipscomb on the keeper. Keaton Wade made the tackle.
Keaton Wade. playing a little defense. Odomegwu also out there on defense. So
the Wade brothers, phenomenal basketball players down at Spring Station Middle School a couple of years ago.
yeah.
So much fun to watch. So Kemp, or Carson Rapace rather, super wide left as they give it up the gut, and the scrum will score the touchdown. I believe that was
DJ Durham.
DJ Durham. My great 800-meter runner from a few years ago at Grassland Middle School. Crosses the goal line, and Franklin.
Here's the bad news. He's limping off the field.
He got his leg stepped on or turned,
possibly.
Not exactly sure what happened there,
Yeah.
but
I know he plays defense as well, so.
So the point after
Yeah.
is straight and true,
Wow.
and we'll have, well, we may have a roughing the kicker call. But the Rebs do themselves a huge favor
Big time.
by punching that one over. As DJ Durham, the junior,
Yep. Going to Franklin just basically lines up in Franklin's fashion. Going to hand it straight, head up the right behind the guard, tackle. And we got ourselves a new ball game.
Once again, the class of 1979.
14-7. As you see, Durham not to be denied right there, and little.
had they replayed that, he may have fallen just a touch short.
That's the
but
old knees down and then
That's right.
extend. Yeah. No replay here tonight.
Might as well go ahead and give it to him. You see the Rebel crowd right
Yeah,
there.
they're in full force. The nation. And again, I mean, Friday the 13th in September, I would have loved a crisp, cool 70-degree night. I'm afraid we're stuck with about an 85-degree night. But come January, I'll be asking for a night like this.
So Ian Burr set to kick it away for the Rebels after the score, 14-7 now. And kind of squibs it, and that one will roll into the end zone. So the Spartans will bring it out to the 25-yard line.
Ball at their own 20-yard line.
Summit again sitting atop. They're 3-0 coming into this game. They're sitting atop Region 5-5A along with Page High School just across the county, and we are set to take those two squads on a collision course for the early part of October.
Yeah. Page survived a scare last week against Shelbyville, another 5-5A opponent.
So this time the toss to Odomegwu, trying to find a little daylight, and up to the 25-yard line.
Odomegwu on the carry.
So pick up a 5. Excuse me, they spotted the ball at the 20.
Clay Crowder made the tackle for the Rebels.
Crowder on the tackle. Here's the problem. Summit is getting a pretty good chunk of yardage every time on first down. They're not putting themselves in a bad second down situation, so the Spartans continue. And you got to credit the guys up front. They are making it happen.
So Odomegwu gained 6 on the play, and we've got a flag. I believe the Spartans may have jumped.
Prior to the snap.
And that's what it'll be.
Enforcement on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
So
would be enough for a first down.
Or excuse me, Franklin jumped. Places the ball just beyond the 30-yard line to the 31. Gives Summit a free first down. Wait again, man in motion is Johnny Casey.
Yeah, first time we called his name.
Casey will run into a pile of people up close to the 35.
The senior.
Maybe a pickup of 3 yards on the play. And you see our scoreboard. Here at my alma mater, Paul Brees, class of 1986.
Dated yourself.
That did.
Well, I do know that the class of 79 is in the north end zone down there celebrating their 40th anniversary or 40th class reunion.
40th reunion.
Yeah.
Oda Megwu again gets up close to the 35-yard line as the Franklin defense tightens up here, Paul Brees, kind of shutting down the home run ball thus far. Summit hit Franklin for a couple of huge gainers in the first quarter. Went up 14-0, and now Franklin tightening up defensively.
It is not third down by the stick. I know it is second down, right? They just got a first down on the encroachment.
It is second down, 2nd and 7. Pick up of 3 yards on that previous play, so the stick over on the other side is, we think, is wrong. Wade again, I believe, is the ball carrier. He's up close to the 40-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and short.
Well, I think Summit is getting, I don't know. We'd have to go back and look at it, but
I thought it, well, they'll call it 4th and 1,
yeah.
but
They got a first down on the offside by Franklin. They just handed off for a gain of.
I'm with you. I think they may have gotten jilted out of
a play.
a down here.
Well, the stick guy.
Mitch Lanick set to receive the kick. Nice kick. Looks like we'll have a return, however, as Lanick, he'll field it and is dropped by the Summit coverage unit down at the 25-yard line. That's where Franklin will start, 1st and 10.
Well, Franklin kind of settling down on both sides of the ball. Would love to see the Rebels get a pretty good positive yardage here on first down and not put themselves in a bad spot in 2nd and 3rd down.
There you take a look at the Summit student section who made their way up from the southern part of the county tonight. So here are the Rebels, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Give inside. Grayson Bruce again gets it close to the 30-yard line. Coach, like you said, Donnie Wade, not a big hitter kind of guy when it comes to coaching. He likes this grinded out approach.
Yeah. Well, he knows that defensively he feels like he can, do some chest piecing and to try to slow you down. But the offense is going to have to keep the ball away from your offense.
Lipscomb again looking, finds Kemp over the top.
I believe that's Josh Nichols.
Or Josh Nichols, rather, crosses the 45-yard line. And a big first down as Lipscomb. Arm comes alive as he's started to connect with some of these receivers.
A baseball arm right here. I mean, and this is the first time, and he threw it off his back foot, obviously. Kind of a shortstop and a great catch by Nichols. Even a better job by Nichols to signal to Lipscomb that he was open, put his hand up, and that's all Lipscomb needed to do. It was basically a throw and catch situation.
So nice confidence shown there by Lipscomb. He's got the keeper this time and the pitch, and some daylight now. As the running back is Christian Hendricks, comes up with a big run. He's up to the 30-yard line of Summit, and he comes away, looks like he may have banged knees with one of the Summit defenders. But another big gainer for the Rebels now.
21 on the play, another First Tennessee first down.
Well, that is a huge loss if Hendricks cannot go. He's been providing a few sparks. I think he's the one guy with some speed that can get himself in open space and make things happen.
So the Rebs once again in business at the Spartan 31-yard line. That give inside, that goes to Grayson Bruce. And gets back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. As I'm going to take my church lady fan, and
man, it is stuffy.
It's cooking up here. we lucked out the first 3 weeks of the season, but it's back to summertime.
Who knew I could go swimming tomorrow?
So 2nd down and 10 now, again from the 31. Lipscomb again, looks to his left, and swallowed up, ball comes free.
Yeah.
and picked up by the Rebels, but a huge loss on the play.
And that was Keaton Wade, number 7, came in, knocked the ball out of Guy Lipscomb's grasp, and good for, I believe, was that Reed Kemp maybe that fell on the ball. So a horrible situation for Franklin with the momentum after the long run by Hendricks. Third and 15.
So a loss of 5 on the play. Brings up 3rd down 15, 5:30 to go here in the half. Looking for something big as Franklin tries to dump it off on the quick screen, but that one is sniffed down easily by Summit.
And Brady Pierce.
As Christian Clemente is dropped.
Pierce, the sophomore, sees it. He's coming out guarding the receiver, and then he releases off of him and then comes up and makes a nice play. So here we go. 4th down. And the Rebels maybe they're going to call a timeout here. Kind of talk about it.
Well, the Rebs slow to come off the field here. Kind of wondering what they're thinking.
Or they're going to take a delay of game, either one.
So that's exactly what they'll do. They'll take the delay, back it up a little bit more, maybe give them a little bit more elbow room for their punt. Maybe.
Yeah. And Ian Burr,
Burr pinned Summit inside their own 5-yard line with a punt in the first quarter. So maybe that's what their thinking is here again.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're missing a few people out there.
Yeah.
Does anybody know it's a punting situation? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing 2 players.
Well, now Donnie Webb is yelling at his guys, and he's got to call a timeout because a couple of his men didn't run on the field like they were supposed to. At least that's kind of what we're theorizing up here.
Oh, it's 100%. There's no doubt about it.
Unless they know something we don't.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough people on the field, and Coach Webb, he erupts over there on the sideline, and he's giving his guys an earful right now.
Well, when you walk out there and you see a lot of single numbers out there lined up on the line, something's not. You had 9 and 6 and 5 lining up. That's a good thing if you can get away with it. But now Coach Donnie Webb now hand counting. He is counting everyone. Now they're recounting. Here's the question: you got your kicker, punter, you have a long snapper in there. That's the question. The rest of them you can kind of get away with.
Well, it looks like everybody's squared away now. And again, Paul Brees, nobody back deep for Summit.
That is unbelievable.
I wonder what the thinking is on that.
Franklin must have faked a punt at the last. That's a great snap, by the way, by Kirkpatrick.
So see what kind of roll it takes.
Oh,
Takes a nice Franklin roll again and will die right about the 6-yard line.
And the punter, Ian Burr, with a little Pat McAfee golf swing right there after the punt. But, there was no, it amazes me how Summit, you're right, has no one back there to catch it. Burr is going to put it up in the air for you to run under it. Well, that's why they put us up top.
Yeah.
Coach Coleman wants to see these 90-yard drives, I guess. And he's done it twice.
Very true.
But with only 4:13 left, he's going to have to do it quickly.
Well, they can. Here are the Spartans 1st and 10 from their 6-yard line.
That's a great play by Reed Kemp, the corner, to come up and take Keaton Wade head on right there.
So Wade on the carry maybe picks up a yard. Under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Been a quick first half, Paul Brees.
Yeah. When you put the ball on the ground, clock's going to keep running. And you got to give Franklin credit for settling down after a I don't know. I was trying to go with a fancy word. Forget it. Tough start. Tough start is what I'm trying to say.
The ball out, and Wade will chuck it out of bounds. Brings up 3rd down and 10. So again, Paul Brees, this Franklin defense,
man, here we go.
Kind of tightening up here after the 2 quick hitters in the first quarter.
Yeah, third down. The clock is stopped. 3:32. You know, get the offense ready, Coach. I think you got to have a shot.
Well, George Odemegwu, the running back for Summit, has certainly proven himself time and again. He's certainly capable of busting one.
Well, this guy
whenever.
can bust it for sure.
This is Wade, takes a swat and runs over a man, and he'll stay on his feet. We've got a flag in the backfield, though, so I believe this one will come back.
Yeah, it's blocking the back. Unfortunately, the worst case scenario for Franklin was that he got a first down off of it. If they didn't get a first down, he could have declined it, and it would have been 4th down. But now Summit is going to have to replay the 3rd down all the way back at the 6-yard line. So 3rd and 11.
So Summit has to get up to the 16-yard line for the first down. 3:22 to go. And if Paul Brees, if they can kick the ball back to Franklin, the Rebels could be sitting with some pretty decent field position.
Absolutely.
Going into the half. So Wade back to throw, looking, flushed out of the pocket, nearly.
Kirkpatrick almost had him.
And will be taken down inside the 5. So again, that Rebel defense tightens up as Wade nearly had the safety there in the end zone, but gets out to the 5-yard line before he's decked. And the Rebs, like we just said, look like they're going to have a nice field position.
Yeah,
take a look here on the replay again.
Yeah, absolutely. The scramble, Kirkpatrick 42 almost had Wade, and then it becomes an athletic play by Wade just to escape. And a nice finish right here by 37 maybe? Isaiah Domingo, or 27, I don't know.
So we'll have a delay on Summit now. We'll pin them even deeper in the Rebel end zone.
Wow. Now, Donnie Webb. Is it time to put some pressure on the punter? You just saw him punt it. Man, this is, you put your faith into 16 to 18-year-olds to try not to run into the punter to get that first down.
So Lanik set to field.
One bounce.
And a bounce
he's got to pick it up.
From
he
him.
needs to pick it up. Spin move.
Escapes one set of tacklers and gets back close to the 40-yard line. Wow. So about where he was set up to receive the ball is where Franklin will take over. 1st and 10, 2:14 to go here in the half. Franklin down by a touchdown. Referees will call their own timeout. I believe that injury. Let's say Ashton Orton.
Yeah, Ashton Orton.
The Franklin Rebel man down.
Yeah, it just seems like every time you look up, another Rebel is slow to get up. You've had Hendricks and Orton. DJ Durham was slow to get up.
So the Rebels now sitting in 4th place in the district.
Oh my, and Orton not putting any pressure on that left leg.
I hope he's okay. I was going to read the district standings here for Region 6-6A. Ravenwood sitting on top at 3-0. Brentwood High School, do they play tonight? Ravenwood and Brentwood?
No. Heavens no.
Is that next week?
Ravenwood is playing a team out of Arkansas.
Oh, that's right.
Pulaski Academy. They're famous for not punting on 4th down and going for 2 on every touchdown.
Well, best of luck to the Raptors.
Brentwood is at Henry County. They chartered a plane to Henry County today. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Independence sitting at 2-1 in Region 6-6.
And they have a huge contest down there at Indy. Blackman, as some people have said, the best 1 and 2 team in the state. They lost to Maryville and Ravenwood. And those 2 teams have a chance to go really, really far.
Well, Maryville always a perennial state power. Lipscomb now looking, firing, got his man.
Open. Clemente.
So Christian Clemente on the longest pass play of the night for the Rebels. And I was looking back here at Guy Lipscomb, and it looked like he got decked after he released the ball. It was
the kid is tough for sure. And that is not your typical quarterback throw. That was straight off the back foot, like he just fielded a ball deep in the shortstop area. And the kid has a cannon.
So Lipscomb has connected now with a couple of receivers for some big gains. First and goal now for the Rebs. Inside give. I believe that was to Bruce again.
Nice
and
play
again, a Rebel lineman slow to get up.
Yeah, Jalen Harrod, 11. Great tackle by the Spartans.
Rebs with a minute 45 to work with.
Yeah, only one timeout. If you've been watching with us, you know they had to waste a timeout for a special teams snafu.
So 90 seconds remaining here in the first half. Franklin looking to add more, tie this one up. If they can do it, Lipscomb again, he'll have the keeper, finds a little seam.
He
fumbled the ball in the end zone,
recovered.
And Franklin will jump on it. Touchdown, Rebels.
Number 3, Carson repass. Johnny on the spot. It's not very traditional, but it got the job done. There's repass right there. He's not going to realize it until he comes back to the sideline that he just scored a touchdown. I think it's all a blur right now.
So the Rebs set to tie this one up. When we thought in the first quarter we might have a running clock kind of blowout game, but Franklin has fought their way back to tie this one at 14 with 1:11 to go here in the half.
Wow, momentum swing,
The
right?
Rebs have some momentum now as that defense has tightened up. Lipscomb has connected on a couple of long passes. And the Rebs, who are 2-0 in this series.
Guy Lipscomb, not there, not sure what's going on. Kirkpatrick, 42, lead blocker. Guy Lipscomb says, I got space, up, whoops. Trying to get it, and boom. Repass says, I'll take that.
Ball's on the floor, and Carson repass. Got the fumble. Not the pass, but he got the fumble, and so the Rebs back in business, 14 all.
Yeah, I tell you what, you take the 14-14, head to the house, and you're high-fiving everybody in the locker room if you're the Rebels. If you're the Spartans, you got to make sure you don't keep your head down coming out of the locker room because you thought you were just about to roll Franklin, but the Rebels and Coach Donnie Webb, tremendous defensive adjustments.
So that one will sail into the end zone, or even through the end zone.
Kick goes through the end zone for a touchback. It'll be first and 10 for Summit.
Ian Burr fired up.
20-yard line.
So take a look at the Franklin crowd. They've got a lot to cheer about now.
Absolutely. Now, I'm sure Summit, with 1 minute and 11 seconds, they're not going to throw for the home run, but they'll try to run for the home run. And with the Wade brothers back there in the backfield, anything's a go. Well, I was just kidding.
Wade again in trouble, and
wow, they cannot
with some
bring
more
him down.
escapability. And still
Unbelievable.
going on, and finally gets knocked down at the 25-yard line.
Jackson
Clock.
Riley, the sophomore, finally cleans it up.
Clock continues to tick away under 50 seconds now. And the Spartans not in any big hurry here.
Wade, I mean, the magician back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Jackson Riley says, enough's enough.
Wade again, he'll look to his right again, and he'll have to fire it out of bounds as again that Franklin defensive front able to get in his face. 22 seconds remaining. You see it right there on the clock.
And Wade barely got it past the line of scrimmage, or it would have been intentional grounding. But third down.
It's third and about 5.
And
so third down again. Here's Keaton Wade on the carry, and he'll have the first down. And they'll stop the clock with 14 seconds remaining
Keaton Wade on the carry.
in the half. And Summit will go ahead and take a timeout.
Timeout, Summit.
so Coach Brian Coleman and the Spartans have one more trick up their sleeve. They may use it right here. I'm not sure.
So what are you drawing up right here?
I don't know. It maybe a quick pass, and or maybe a screen type situation where you get it in your one of your dangerous weapons. But man, I tell you what, 14 seconds, full moon, Friday the 13th. I mean, what is going on? It is a
cats and dogs living together.
how the turntables have turned.
The turntables have turned. Well, both squads talk about it. The Spartans seem to be ready. They come back out on the field. Coach Webb is still addressing his troops. And the ref claps him up and says, let's get back after it, fellas. Lots of 14s on the board on this Friday the 13th. 14 up, 14 seconds remaining. First and 10 from the Summit 34. Wade again, back to pass, in trouble again. Chased out of the pocket, and he'll fire downfield. This one is caught.
Yeah.
Again with the sliding grab.
Odumegwu.
And George Odumegwu comes up with the spectacular sliding grab.
George Odumegwu.
Just on the outside, just outside the 40-yard line. 4 seconds remaining. You got to go ahead and chuck it in the end zone, as Donnie Webb will call another.
No.
Well, Summit will call their time. I guess that's their last time out, correct?
Well,
I don't know if it really matters.
Maybe one more, but 4 seconds left. I think you're right. I think it's a one and done kind of situation. Definitely, if you're going to scramble and extend the play to get your receivers down there, Wade is the guy to do it. And you tell your brother, go to the end zone. We're going to do it like the backyard when we were growing up. I think Wade definitely has the arm strength to get it down there, but
so Destin Wade and Keaton Wade, the twin brothers, both are now sophomores.
that's right, sophomores. Crazy.
Saw those kids playing in as 8th graders on the basketball team down at Spring Station a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they were really good. They did not lose a game their 8th grade year.
Well, Summit 42 yards away, 6 seconds. They've tacked on a couple more seconds here. And again, a whistle. Stoppage of play, and this time I believe Coach Webb will call, I guess if that was his final timeout, he'll go ahead and take it. Call his troops back up. Wanted to look what Summit was lined up in.
Yeah, and you had Keaton Wade actually in the backfield with his brother. He was not, set up as a wide receiver. which I'm thinking, with his size, he would be an option to, if there was a jump ball situation in the end zone, you'd like your chances with Keaton Wade, number 7. Well, we got a big halftime, Michael Williams. Big halftime. I mean, the bands are in their full regalia.
The bands are on the field.
There will be no.
This Franklin Rebel band has been top notch since I was in school here, 8,000 years ago. So now we're ready. 6 seconds remaining from the 42. They whistle it up. What does Summit have? Wade fires to the end zone and falls just short as that brings up the half. So 2 quarters in the books. Franklin was being threatened by Summit to be blown out of this one, 14-0 very quickly in the first quarter. But Franklin manages to fight their way back, and they knot this one at 14-all. We've got a great one here on the WCTV Game of the Week. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 20 minutes. at Kanata Works. Back at Franklin High School for second half action on the WCTV Game of the Week. Michael Williams, Paul Brees with you. Here we are at Franklin High School. So you see your score knotted up at 14 all. Summit threatened to run away with this one in the first quarter with 2 quick scores, but Franklin able to fight their way back and knot this one at 14 just before halftime. Burr set to kick it away, and as he's been doing all night long, kicks it through the end zones where the Spartans will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Well, you talk about the Summit offense coming out. They were on fire the first 2 drives. No problems. 2 quick scores. They looked like they were going to roll down for a third one. They had the turnover, and ever since then, Donnie Webb and the Franklin coaching staff have made the adjustments and have shut down the Summit Spartans. So we'll see which team here is coming out with a little more pep in their step. I know that Franklin went in with it.
So Destin Wade looks for something on the outside, chopped down right as he crosses the 20-yard line. Couldn't tell who the tackler was, but whoever it was made a nice open field stop right there. As Wade was looking at a lot of daylight ahead of him.
And that's what we talked about in the opening, was that the front 7 and the cornerbacks were going to have to make tackles, open field tackles against Wade and Odemegwu, the other running back / receiver.
So this one out to Odemegwu, finds a little running room, crosses the 25 and is up close to the 30, almost to the first down. He'll be about 2 yards short.
And I thought that was what, when Summit got into a situation that they would do a little more of those quick hits. But 3rd and 3, and it looks like Summit is back.
So Wade again, he'll cross the 30-yard line. Looks like he has enough for the first down.
Well, I think Brian Coleman went into halftime and said, hey, we're going to go ready offense here. We are not going to huddle. We're going to line up and try to wear them out here.
A gain of 4 yards on the play and a first down, 1st and 10 for Summit.
So they'll take a break to talk about it right here, but enough for the first down is Destin Wade. His twin brother Keaton plays running back, and we'll be calling their name a great deal. We already have tonight. So 1st and 10 now. Wade, the pitch out to his brother, and finding some room and breaking through a couple of tackles and crossing the 40-yard line is Keaton Wade, and he'll have enough for the first down.
Nice job by Destin Wade, the quarterback, to extend the play, pitch it out there. Keaton Wade gets 10 right here. You see it. He holds it to the last possible minute, gets it out, takes the linebacker out of the play, and if it's one-on-one, I think that Keaton Wade is a good bet to have right there.
So again, 1st and 10 for Summit. Wade rolls to his left. Again, finds his brother, who sheds a tackler, crosses midfield, sheds a couple more tacklers, and is in Rebel territory for yet another first down.
This is the Summit offense that came out on fire the first quarter. It's just been a smooth sailing offensive series of chunks of 10 yards, it seems like, each play.
So again, a pickup of 12 yards on the play, and again, the 3rd first down of this drive. As Summit back in business, Odemegwu now to that right side, and he'll dive, or sorry about that, that was Keaton Wade again, and he's up close to the 40-yard line. Call it a pickup of 6 yards.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd down and short, and Paul Brees, these Summit Spartans have been in that 2nd and short.
Absolutely, and great,
all night.
Great play calling scenario here. You got plenty of options in a 2nd and short.
So this give is to Ashton Lebel. Haven't called his name. And he's up close to the 35-yard line.
I think it's going to be 3rd and short.
And here comes Summit again, so no huddle again. And they hit Franklin early with this play, and Wade again might have it one more time. And he's up close to the 25-yard line, but definitely the first down.
Wade on the carry.
Another touchdown saving tackle there by the Rebels. So Summit back in business here.
It's amazing the body language of Franklin High School. I mean, they went into the locker room 14-14. They'd taken the game kind of over with the tie score, and now they're just kind of walking around flat-footed here as Summit is just taking it downhill, basically.
Wade again looking left, flushed out of the pocket. He'll have to run for it, and again, that one falls just a bit short, as it was intended for number 21, Grayson Hill. And a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play.
So this in the area of holding. We'll see what the call is. We'll have an illegal block.
Yeah.
You can tell that as the referee was walking out. So Franklin flag for the penalty.
Yeah, I thought it was on Summit. That is a crazy call there on the defense.
So
I don't know if one of the defensive linemen may have tried to shoot the legs of the offensive lineman. I'm not,
Well, they're the judges down there. They can see it a heck of a lot better than we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the down marker reads 1. So they flag Franklin for 15 big yards. And Summit again, the ball spotted at the 15-yard line. They can get a first down if they cross the 5-yard line of Franklin. And they'll whistle this one up.
Yeah, that one. Kind of a sloppy here last couple of possessions as the yellow hanky has kind of overtaken it here.
Before the snap, false start.
So Summit will have to take 5 yards back as they are flagged for the false start.
I've got a dead ball, personal foul, number 56 White. 15-yard penalty.
Wow. We're seeing some.
So back Summit up 30 yards on the
20 yards. It was a
20
5-yard
yards.
false
Sorry,
start.
my fault.
And then the 15-yarder.
Well, no, it is 30 yards, isn't it? It was the block for 15 yards.
That was on Franklin.
That was on Franklin. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You're right. Excuse me about that.
Full moon.
That's right. Friday the
Full moon,
13th.
guys.
English teacher. That's what I blame it on.
That's right. So it's either way. The personal foul before. I mean, the play was blown dead almost before it started. And Coach Coleman going to get an explanation here.
So Summit they were right there. They've got 28 yards, or 25 yards rather, to go to make the first down. They've got to get it almost to the 5-yard line of Franklin. Wade again, he'll keep it and spun down inside the 35, pickup of maybe 3 yards.
Wrapped up by number 5, Wyatt Harnage.
One of my students from long ago, Wyatt Harnage, on the stop.
Gain of 2 on the play. It's 2nd and 28.
I gave that kid so many Jolly Ranchers when he was in 7th grade, he probably rotted all of his teeth out. Good kid, Wyatt Harnage. .7:26 to go here in the third. Summit again facing second down, 20 or 33. Wade again on the carry, and that Rebel defense is not having it. As he gets up to the 31-yard line, maybe a pickup of 2.
Gain of 1.
Well, I can see that first play that was called with the Wade keeper, and that one right there, I think this is just kind of a series bust right here after the 2 big penalties on Summit.
Spartans a 5-5A squad in the south part of the county. Franklin a 6-6A squad, so this is not a region game. Keaton again in trouble, rolling to his left, firing, and he's got his man, and caught just for a second.
Cooper Grills, the safety. What looked like an apparent touchdown by Andrew Pierce.
So Andrew Pierce, the receiver for Summit. Excuse me. Pierce, the intended receiver for Summit.
Yeah, we'll see it right here. Wade, the scrambling ability, the Russell Wilson-esque type, keep the play available, throws it up, thinks he has Pierce up, and Grills last second knocks it away, and that is a huge stop by the Spartans. And now Reed Kemp is coming off the field. That would be another huge blow.
So Reed Kemp, the sophomore defensive back for Franklin.
Junior.
The junior, rather. Is he a junior already?
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Reed, one of our great basketball players at Grassland Middle School a few years ago.
And a great basketball player at Franklin. Franklin is, with the loss of Reese Glover, going to be looking to a Reed Kemp to kind of semi-fill the shoes of Reese Glover.
So Summit will go for everything right here. 4th down and 27.
Oh, and it's picked off.
That will be picked off. Couldn't tell who the defender was on the play, but
Mitch Lanick, number 22.
So Lanick, who fields punts for Franklin, intercepts the ball, so just as good as a punt, essentially.
Well, and this is, I think, maybe the concept here that Wade, it says, you know what, whatever happens, happens. And yes, you talked about it, even probably better than a punt, inside the 5. So Lanick on the interception. Summit has turned the ball over twice, I think. A fumble
you can't
and
blame
interception.
Lanick for going up and taking it.
Absolutely.
Not at all. I mean, great interception, great catch. Kind of studied that one beforehand. Probably would have just been good enough to let it go, because now Franklin has the ball pinned deep in their own territory. And breaking free.
Oh, wow. That is
coming out of the pile. Couldn't tell who the ball carrier was, but they've got it up to the 10-yard line, so a little daylight for the Rebels.
That's Grayson Bruce. But what that does, it just gives Franklin a little more breathing room back there. Instead of backed up to the 4-yard line, they are out just outside the 10 on the 11.
So Bruce looked to be bottled up, but he came out of the pile there and picked up 8 big yards. And Franklin now with a little bit of wiggle room, not a whole lot. Lipscomb looking in trouble and taken down by that Summit defensive front.
Well, you can tell when Guy Lipscomb, the quarterback for the Rebels, is under duress, he kind of gets happy feet, and it's an immediate tuck situation that he is taking off. And that puts him in some vulnerable positions as a quarterback.
Ball for 3 on the play, 3rd and 5.
So Hayden Bell, the defensive lineman who was able to trip up Lipscomb. 3rd down and 4 now. Lipscomb rolling to his right and nothing doing. As
Jalen
Herod,
made the stop.
the backer, comes in and submarines Lipscomb for what looks to be maybe a 2-yard loss on the play.
Total run play right here. And just a tremendous play from Jalen Herod, the linebacker, just coming across the blockers. And you know what? Despite Summit being having trouble on offense the last series. They're going to get good field position, barring any kind of.
So Burr with his, got to be careful right there.
Wow.
Nice kick. Did his squad a huge favor right there.
I mean,
as Ashton Level, he'll field it at midfield.
That is a huge weapon to have, Bird, that can not only flip the field, but get you out of at least a situation where there will be no return.
So Burr, with his heels on the back of the end zone, is able to boot it out of there some 60 yards. And Summit takes over 1st and 10 from the 50. 4:06 to go here in the third quarter. Summit and Franklin knotted at 14. And the Spartans ready to take over now. Wade outside. I want to say that was Odemegwu again, but couldn't tell from where I am. It was Odemegwu. And he stops just shy of the 45-yard line. Pickup of maybe 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Jay Johnson, the great announcer here at Franklin High School, confirmed that. Wade again, takes it to his left. The pitch to his brother. And Keaton Wade crosses the 45.
Isaiah Domingo, the cornerback, 37, basically on his knees trying to make the tackle on Wade, and if that's the best you got, you did a good job. He's a tough man to bring down.
Gain of 3 on the play, brings up 3rd and 4.
So pickup of 3 brings up 3rd and 4 for Summit. They had a great opening drive here for the second half. Stopped short after a bunch of penalties. Wade again rolls to his right, looks in trouble, and has to fire it out of bounds.
What do we got? Is this going to be grounding? He's definitely outside the pocket. Let's see, I think they had number 5 right there. Ashton LaBelle as the intended receiver, so no penalty. And, man, we have gone from an offensive shootout to a defensive standoff here.
That'll bring up 4th and 4.
As both teams kind of stuck in neutral.
So Pierce set to kick. Lanick set to receive for the Rebs. Nice high kick. Lanick will call for the fair catch at about the 16-yard line, where the Rebs take over. And we said it, Paul Brees, this game started off, we thought it was going to be gangbusters, but now both squads have tightened up defensively, and neither offense have seemed to be able to put anything together.
And I'm going to give Ian Burr, the kicker for Franklin, a huge shout out for keeping the Rebels, or keeping Summit out of the end zone, or any scoring opportunity right there, just by him punting it to the 50 where they could not return it. Summit went nowhere. And gives Franklin a shot offensively here.
Lipscomb again over the center. That will be picked off. And
unbelievable.
Jalen Herod again with the pick 6.
And the Summit Spartans. As you see Herod right there. A tough play.
Well, if you can't get it done on offense, then let's get it done on defenses. Herod takes in the quick INT for the touchdown. And Summit set to go back up on top by that touchdown. And the kick straight and true. So Summit, with 2:25 to go here in the third, takes over 21-14.
Summit 21, Franklin 14.
The Franklin High School cheerleaders would like to thank their silver sponsors for the 2019-2020 season. Nissan of Cool Springs, Allstate Insurance, and McLaren, La Hacienda, Twine Graphics and Screen Printing.
Well, hope you're joining us on live stream tonight with YouTube and or Facebook. We've been live streaming a few of these games.
I believe it's the first year to do this. right? Is it live stream? Is that?
I believe so, yeah.
All right. Tremendous technology nowadays, right?
So I've got next Friday off. Paul and Parker
Uh-oh.
Hazard back in action down to watch these Franklin Rebels again. As
Okay. Oh, now we got a replay.
Now we got a replay.
Here we go.
Take us
Lipscomb.
through it.
You know, he's a 1-2-3 kind of guy. Got a tip at the line. Herod, Johnny on the spot. He thinks he's got it. I tell you what, right there, pretty close. Very good headsy play by Herod to hang on to the ball as Clemente was trying to strip the ball, but we have ourselves a new ball game here.
So next week, Paul and Parker Hazard, they'll have the Franklin at Independence game. The week after that,
somehow I may have to get a shuttle in and out of the parking lot at Independence.
so this one's set to return by the Rebs. 21, the ball carrier, Jet Wilson, another one of my former students. So Jet will take it up across the 30-yard line where the Rebels take over first and 10.
Jet Wilson pretty fortunate right there not to get a flag. You know, he looked like he jumped over a defender. Can't do that in high school.
First and 10 for the Rebels. Ball at their own 32-yard line.
So a huge offensive series, Michael Williams, as the Rebels got to bounce back from that pick six.
So here are the Rebels first and 10 from their own 32. Lipscomb rolling out. He's going to keep this one all the way. Crosses the 40 and wrestled down just shy of the 45-yard line. Think he'll have enough for the first down.
Yeah. Great call. A total run pass option, RPO.
Gain of 11 yards.
And
enough for a first Tennessee first down. First and 10 for the Rebels. Ball at their own 43.
The way Guy Lipscomb was running with the ball, it looked like he was going to sling it, but man, a huge, huge first down for the Rebels.
So the Rebs again first and 10 from their own 43-yard line. 3 receivers left for Lipscomb. Looks to the left. In trouble, and he'll be swallowed up at about the 37. Maybe a loss of 5 on the play. As that Summit defense not having it.
No, and Guy Lipscomb, the quarterback for the Rebels, number 2 right there. He's the quarterback that's going to need to have a decision made for him. If he has to kind of check off to a second or third receiver, that's when he starts holding the ball too long. In my opinion, this guy's a gunslinger. He's going to throw it. First option is what I see.
So the inside give, that looks like was to
Bruce on the carry.
Bruce once again up to the 40-yard line. So gets maybe 3 yards back on the play. 45 seconds to go here in the third. Summit just goes back on top with the Herod pick 6. And Franklin, they've got 30 seconds here in the third. Lipscomb now sets his troops. He's got 3 receivers to his left. Looking left, in trouble again, fires, big arm, and that one again picked by the Spartans. And the cornerback who made the catch rather, is still on the floor. May have come down awkwardly on the ball. Can't quite tell, but a valiant effort by the cornerback down there. Can't tell who that is, but just take a look at it.
Lipscomb,
again.
unconventional drop back, and he's just throwing off the back foot. He's going to just say, hey, jump ball, go get it. And that is going to be number, that's a tough one. 9 maybe? All right.
Can't tell, don't want to speculate too much, but he may have come down awkwardly on that right hip. There you see our time remaining here in the third. 12 seconds to go. So we think it might be number 9, Zach Switzer for the Spartans. And he raised a hand to his crowd, and they cheered for him. So hopefully everything's back to normal. Okay, no worse for the wear. But again, turnovers stalling out some of these Franklin drives, as Summit has picked off 2 Guy Lipscomb passes on back-to-back series now. And Franklin again.
Yeah. Nice play by Journey Keene.
Sniffing out the run play as Keaton Wade is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. So that'll bring us up to the fourth quarter as time ticks away here in the third. So when we return to the fourth quarter, we'll have second down and 15.
And stadium, the students still hoping that the Rebels can get something going here in the second half. Had a 14-14 score here at halftime. Summit comes down off the pick 6. And that's, we talked about, defense has been the best offense.
Yeah.
Also like to thank First Tennessee Bank, Mafioso's Pizzeria, Andrews Transportation Group, and Scouts Club for the support of Franklin Rebel football.
So we're going down through our schedule coming up. This again, the fourth game of our schedule. Next week again, Paul and Parker Hazard down at Independence as we'll watch these Franklin Rebels again. We're back at Summit High School on the 27th to close out the month of September for Clarksville Northwest and the Spartans. Then the Battle of Franklin, Paul, you and me at Centennial High School on the 4th. That is the day that the Spartans will they are on a collision course with Page High School as atop Region 5-5A.
And I believe, I don't want to say. I was thinking Ravenwood Brentwood was that week as well, but I could be wrong.
And we are back here at Franklin High School on the 18th of October for the big showdown between the Bruins of Brentwood and the Rebs. Keaton out to his twin brother on the pass play and up close to the first down.
Oh my, that young man is very difficult to bring down. I mean,
or Destin Wade, rather, the quarterback, to his brother Keaton Wade.
Great play call. They motioned away from Keaton Wade. And just a nice little dump off for a huge gain of about 13.
So Summit will take over from their own 45-yard line on the first down. Keaton Wade again back up to the Bethel line of scrimmage for not much, if anything. The Rebels with this beautiful new turf.
A gain of 1 brings up second and 9.
Do we still have 7 lanes on this track? I think we do.
I'm calling 8.
I think maybe they widened it out to 8 lanes. So nicely done, Franklin Track. Destin Wade, he'll keep it himself, call his own number, and wrestles through some Franklin defenders. Falls down at the 45-yard line of the Rebels, and should be enough for the first down. And it is enough for the first down.
That's Destin Wade. They ran that play earlier. I believe he scored. Now Summit starting to move a little downhill now on offense.
So both of these teams have put together a couple of nice drives, but both have been stopped by turnovers. 10:30 to go in the ball game. Summit now first and 10 from the Franklin 45, and the Spartans will have to take a timeout.
Timeout, Summit.
big old full moon tonight hanging over Franklin Stadium,
Yeah.
Howard Gamble Stadium here. Howard Gamble, one of my math teachers back in the day, believe it or not.
Well, I want to say, sometimes you're down in yardage counting. Hopefully it was not a reflective of Howard Gamble, but your math teacher. That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
That's pre-cell phone calculator.
And his wife, Miss Gamble, was my second grade teacher.
Oh, wow.
National Pizza Company is the official pizza of the Franklin Football Press Box Curtain.
Both now watching over all of us. Coach Gamble passed away a few years ago.
It was Coach Gentry. No, he was a long-time coach here at Franklin.
Yep. The Gentrys go back to Fernwood Academy and Franklin High School. 10:24 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10. Wade again calls his own number, and close to the first down. Does he have enough? They'll mark him just on the other side of the stick. And he's inside the 45, or the 35 rather, so definite first down for the Spartans.
Uh-oh. They're waving Donnie Webb over, and that's never a good sign. As
well, we can't tell. We don't know if we have a player down.
Yeah,
I guess
on
we
the far
do.
side. And the trainers, the EMS is heading. Well, he's going to hop up.
Well, that is.
Well, it's a lot. I think Elijah Johnson, number 10.
Well, it must have looked worse than it was because Johnson. We had a bunch of.
They were immediately calling people
running over there. And kids took their knee, took a knee pretty quick. And Johnson able to pop up and make it back across the field. Looking okay now. Well, 1st and 10 for the Spartans here, just inside the 35-yard line of Franklin. Wade again to his brother Keaton.
Oh, great stop.
And the Franklin defensive front putting the hammer down for maybe a yard gain.
Trey Hunter on the carry.
Well, that was Trey Hunter, not Keaton Wade. Inside 10 minutes to go here in the ball game.
No gain on the play.
Summit went on top with a pick 6 after this game was knotted 14-all. Wide pitch out this time and upended.
Yeah, huge play by 37. Isaiah Domingo.
Andrew Pierce
On the carry.
has his feet knocked out from under him.
Upended on number 37, Isaiah
So
Domingo.
maybe a gain of a half a yard or so. So again, Paul Brees, this Franklin defense tightening up.
Absolutely.
Gain of 1 yard on the play brings up 3rd and 9.
And this is a huge down.
Wade again, the fake, in trouble. Fires, finds a man, and ball is juggled, but finally caught and finds a little bit of daylight and a touchdown. I believe that's Switzer.
That is Switzer.
Zach Switzer for the 33-yard pass reception.
Wow.
As Wade able to escape the Franklin pressure, Switzer able to come back underneath and find a little opening. Wade hits him, and Switzer able to scamper the rest of the way for the touchdown. And the Spartans now set to go ahead by 2 scores as they do just that, and our new score 28-14.
Well, we had a dead to right here on the play fake, and here goes Destin Wade to keep it alive as 32 right there.
Did you see that
Sadler
Wendy's
Deming.
Mustang outside the main
And this
gate?
was barely caught by Switzer. He juggled it. We're going to see a huge block on 37, Domingo right there to free him up. A little juke here, a little missed tackle there, and Switzer for the score.
So that referee thought about flagging him on that spiked football, but
Yeah, you
kind
can't.
of a reaction sort
Yeah,
of thing.
absolutely. I mean, you score a big touchdown in a big game. I mean, he's not winding up Gronk style.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I know they say hand it to the ref immediately, but that, you know, who knows? That could be Switzer's first touchdown ever.
So the Spartans again, they go ahead by 2 scores with the pick 6 and the Switzer pass reception.
Yeah.
And they're set to kick it away to these Rebels, who find themselves in trouble here with under 9 minutes to go. And they'll bring it up just beyond the 35-yard line.
Wilson on the return. Grayson Hill brought him
Jed
down
Wilson
the
yet again on the return for the Rebs. 8:46 to go in the ball game. Franklin in trouble now. Takes over 1st and 10 from about their own 33-yard line. Lipscomb looking, firing over the middle, and too long.
Plenty of distance. Lipscomb's got the arm to get it there. Just waited for Clemente to get under it and couldn't get it. I like the play call, though. Get a big shot. You know, now we'll see what kind of play you have here on 2nd and 10.
Lipscomb again rolling to his right and making it up to about the 35-yard line before he's taken down.
Yeah, Kiston Arnold, the D end, and he is a load on that side. Makes the tackle.
Gain of 3 on the play, 3rd and 7.
And we do have another Rebel down. I tell you what, seems like every time we look up, somebody's down.
Somebody's taking a knee.
You know what? I think a lot of it is the heat.
It might be. You might be exactly right.
Yeah.
We have lucked out the first 3 weeks. We've had some really pleasant weather.
But
that is Christian Hendricks again.
Yeah. He missed a lot of the offensive series late in the second quarter. I think he came out after he had that big run. I'll tell you who else Franklin missed on that last defensive series was Reed Kemp, the sure tackler out there at safety. He was out of the game with a cramp. Was watching on the sideline, number 6. And so, when you get the Spartan got into second level right there, Reed Kemp, a sure tackler, may have made a play, may have not, but who knows?
3rd and 7 now. Lipscomb rolling to his left in trouble. Some white shirts ahead of him. And he'll be taken down. And the flag comes in. Flying from the pocket of the referee, and looks like we might have an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, absolutely. It was huge down here at the bottom of your screen. And it wasn't even on the tackle, it was away from the ball. Hayden Bell, the young man for Summit, shaken up right there, hobbled off the field.
The Summit Spartans.
Personal foul on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So Franklin not doing themselves any favors with the personal foul there. Puts them back another 15 yards.
Yeah, and frustration setting in for the Rebels.
Inbound.
So more whistles and more talking.
And they never ask us.
They don't check with us to see if we like that. Summit takes on Columbia next Friday night.
Yeah, that'll be they're basically a stone's throw from each other. Just right down 840.
Page hosts Lipscomb Academy tonight. These Summit Spartans, Paul Brees, have been to the state playoffs 3 straight years in a row. They've been put out twice now by Beach High School.
Yeah. And they said that Beach either made it to the semifinals or lost in the finals of the state playoffs those 2 years. So Summit just didn't roll over.
No.
They lost to a pretty good team. And one time they lost, 45-42?
Yeah, I believe that was the score. I think I wrote it down here.
So, wow, Franklin.
74 red, 5 yards.
So Franklin going backwards here on the penalties. You're right, they did lose 45-42 last year, did these Summit Spartans to Beach, who was a state semifinalist last year. The Rebels have been to the state playoffs 5 of the last 7 years. Lipscomb, he'll roll to his right, finds a little crease, a little daylight, and somebody got a jersey and drags him down at the 35-yard line.
Dragged down by Keaton Wade.
So that was Keaton Wade, the running back for Summit, who we've called a number of times tonight on the tackle.
Gain of 10 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 5.
So that run gets some of the penalty yardage back for Franklin. 6:51 to go in the ball game. Franklin in trouble, down by 2 touchdowns now. 28-14 your score. Lipscomb again in trouble, this time just over the outstretched arms of Christian Clemente.
A great job by the cornerback, number 12, Caleb Jolly. He had a pretty good clean shot on Clemente, but he laid off, and Summit's defense lives another day in 3rd and 5. Big offensive play here by Franklin. You almost get to the point, if you get a couple here, do you go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you got to pick up a first right here. Franklin has to get across the 39-yard line.
Oh, he's open.
Lipscomb in trouble, and it's dragged down from behind. That again, Keaton Wade.
Man, this guy does it on offense, defense. Unbelievable.
Keaton Wade, the 10th grader. I wonder if the
Power 5 schools are.
I wonder if they've been knocking on the Wade brothers' doors.
I think they know where they can get in touch with him.
Burr set to kick it away again. Summit puts nobody back to receive a punt. We've been noticing this all night long. Not exactly.
And they just let him go.
Sure what in the world the strategy is here, because Franklin has been pinning Summit pretty deep, kind of an average punt right there. But
maybe the first time Bird really didn't get a hold of it.
So Burr, the punter, handling all the punting or kicking chores for Franklin tonight, puts it just inside, we'll call it the 30-yard line of Summit. But there's got to be some logic behind that. I'm just not seeing it. So here are the Spartans again, 5:50 to go in the ball game. Wade again. The give is to number 28. Cotton.
Cotton on the carry.
First time we've called his name tonight.
Jackson Riley was in on the
Jacalian
tackle.
Cotton.
You know, George Odomegwu has gone pretty silent here in the second
I
half.
haven't called his name. I wonder if he's okay. And now a flag on the play as Franklin, I believe they jumped. Spartan players are clapping, and that's what it is, an encroachment on the Rebels. So free 5 yards. Second down 6 now. And again a whistle.
Man, it has to be offense.
Prior to the snap, false start, 59 wide. 5 yards.
So marching forward 5 yards and marching backwards 5 yards. There you see all of our numbers. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Spartans on top by 2 touchdowns. To give this time to Wade again, and he bowls over a couple of Franklin tacklers. Rolls up close to the first down, to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was on Trey Hunter, I believe, number 4. Another guy that we've not called.
So very quickly again to the line are the Spartans. Keaton again, and this time Franklin not having it.
Justin Wade on the carry.
And a
As
great,
Wade, rather.
yeah, great play, Wyatt Harnage, number 5, with an arm tackle. One of the few times that the Wade been able to been taken down by an arm tackle.
Timeout, Franklin.
So after the Harnage tackle stops Wade short of the first down, the Rebels will call timeout. 4:23 to go in the ball game. Hope you're joining us tonight live on either Facebook or YouTube, or maybe a combination of the two.
Is there a combination of the two?
Well, if there is, one of my kids can figure it
Figure
out.
it
on a
out.
cell phone.
Absolutely.
Long road
Absolutely.
trip starting next Friday night when they travel down Columbia Avenue to
You're exactly right.
for a 7 o'clock
You know, if
kickoff.
I ever have any problems with my phone, I just hand it to one of my kids.
Exactly.
Say, here, fix this. Why can I not get this app? You need it. You got, Dad. You got too much storage. I only have 18,000 photos. My wife takes a lot. How can I get rid of those? I'll just look at you every day. I don't need a photo of you. Right? Oh, well.
And you enjoy that.
Every once in a while. When they're asking me for money, not so much.
Not so much. Well, Franklin will field the punt, or at least they have a player back there to field it, unlike Summit that does not field punt.
I wish there was a way I'd ask Brian Coleman his philosophy on that. And
So this one is returnable.
Yeah, Lanik.
Mitch Lanik again, finding a little daylight to his left, and we'll have a flag. I think we've got a block in the back on the Rebels, and that will negate the nice return by Lanik.
Flags on the play.
As we saw it from up here,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
block in the back.
During the return, holding on the return, saying 10 yards from the spot on
Well,
the
the flag Franklin for the hold.
Yeah.
Well, do the Rebels have a little bit of magic with 4:07 to go here on this Friday the 13th? And where did the full moon go?
Gone.
It was out a minute
It
ago.
was out.
It was huge and full.
It's an eclipse.
It's a nighttime eclipse. Here are the Rebels. Do they have any life left in them? Lipscomb fires out to his right side. He's got Hendricks,
Lipscomb's pass complete to number 13, Christian
and he's up
Hendricks.
close to the first down marker. Well, check that. He's about 3 yards short of the first down marker.
Gain
Could
of 7 yards
Could have
on
been a
the
close
play.
block in the back right
Second
there
and
after
3.
the reception. But letting them play. Clock's going to run. 4 minutes remaining.
Franklin with a short 2nd down and 3. Lipscomb this time, they're rolling him out time after time, finds his pitch man, I believe that is Bruce. And he's run out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
There's George Odomegwu on the play, stop right there. Doing a little defensive. You know what, having him at safety, what an asset. I mean, the guy, maybe the fastest kid out there. I mean, don't tell the Wades I said that. But.
So the Rebs pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10 from their own 40. 3:52, they've got to get something going here. 3 receivers set to the right. Again, Lipscomb in trouble, and he'll be dragged down.
Man, what a night that Caleb Jolly's had.
Caleb Jolly again on the stop for the Spartans. And Franklin, not a whole lot of time here to work with. They've got to get going. Lipscomb again, they'll roll him to his right, looking. Got his receiver, does Lipscomb. That's Hendricks again. He's close to the he's up to the midfield stripe, so they'll have will they go ahead and mark the 1st down?
Oh, they should.
And there they go.
Yeah. You know, having Guy Lipscomb roll out is probably the best thing for Franklin. It basically tells him, okay, we're cutting half the field off. Here are your targets. If you can't hit one of them, just take off and run.
Just take off and go with it.
A guy like Guy Lipscomb, who's never really played the quarterback position in high school, you don't want to give him a lot of options.
Lipscomb again, rolling left.
See, there you
in
go.
Trouble, and this time runs out of bounds. Takes a shot from Odomegwu.
Lipscomb on the keeper. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and
So they'll
7.
pick up 3, and running out of bounds will stop the clock at 3:14. Ball marked at the 47-yard line of Summit. The Rebels again send 3 receivers wide to the right this time. They'll roll, well, Lipscomb again in trouble. This time he'll step up in the pocket. He'll find a little bit of daylight, but again.
There he is. Caleb Jolly.
Jolly once again spying Lipscomb all night long, and
Caleb Jolly on the stop.
guy's going to see Caleb Jolly in his dreams tonight because he's been in his jersey all night long.
You know, Guy Lipscomb, he just looks a little uncomfortable when he has to drop back and make a decision. But on the sprint out, rollouts, he seems a little more comfortable. But you talked about it. Franklin's got a tough draw next week against Independence. We saw them last week, and they have improved apparently tremendously since that Summit game, correct? You saw Independence play Summit that week 1 on our WCTV game of the week, right?
Well, we saw Page and Fairview week
Page
1.
and Fairview, I apologize.
That's okay.
Well, Summit did beat Independence. It seemed like a pretty handily game. There's the moon.
There it is. There it is.
And he came out to
playing a little hide and seek in the clouds.
Yeah. So, you know what? Tough draw for Franklin Independence. Playing a pretty good Blackman team tonight. They were ahead at halftime. So, who knows the final result currently, but Ethan Cash, the quarterback, has got a tremendous situation here. Nichols going to throw it to former quarterback.
So Josh Nichols.
Yeah, he had nowhere to throw it. I mean,
nothing doing right there as Summit sniffs that out. And Franklin Rebels are going to lose a yard on the play.
Lost the 4 on the play, brings up 4th and 11.
4th and 11. So here we go.
So back on the Franklin side of the field, the Spartans push the Rebels. The Spartans looking to go 4-0 on the year. The Rebels could potentially drop to 1-4, or 1-3 rather. Lipscomb in trouble. He's got to fling it, and this is up for grabs, and falls to the turf as Lipscomb took a shot.
Man, Jalen Harrod.
Harrod again on the,
He just came with the heat right there.
kind of bashed Lipscomb to the ground. Harrod again on the pick six. He's the one that untied the score early in the third quarter with the pick six.
Ball goes over on down. Summit will have it 1st and 10. Ball is at Franklin.
So Franklin rolled the bones on that one, went for it on 4th down, and they come up short. Summit now, probably a steady diet of Keaton Wade here, as they'll try to run out the clock with these last 2:09 to go. But that one to give to Trey Hunter. Haven't talked about him tonight.
Trey Hunter on the carry.
Yeah, he had a carry on the last
Got a Spartan on the ground
Yeah.
here.
last offensive series. Trey Hunter. Uh-oh. We have a Spartan that's down. Hopefully nothing. Minute 57, 28-14 Summit Spartans.
Yeah, we are seeing a number of cramps tonight. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And this heat, kind of, as we get later into the game, this heat and these dehydrated young men, got a lot of calf cramps happening. I can feel your pain. Those are no fun.
No.
How do you like your new clipboard tonight?
Clipboard, solid. Solid.
You can't have that.
I know. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was coming.
So thinking that might be my eyes aren't failing me, which they normally do. That might be, I think that's Joseph Lukens, the player, the lineman for Summit, who has to come off. Minute 57 to go. Summit well in control of this one, as they've just taken back over from the Rebels, and they wind the clock now. Spartans in no hurry, as they'll let the play clock tick down. They don't have to make a snap here until about, well, they'll go ahead and do it. Wade inside, or Trey Hunter again, crosses the 45-yard line.
Coach Wade is not going to, or Coach Webb is not going to go out without a fight. He's going to call a timeout. Use his last one here.
Coach Donnie Webb, he'll call his final timeout.
Franklin, their final timeout.
The Rebels kind of holding on by their chinny chin chin here.
Yeah.
As this one kind of ticks away from them.
I mean, if Summit can, you know, if they could go undefeated coming into Page, and Page is undefeated on October 4th, that is going to be a barn burner. And obviously the winner would definitely take sole control over their region.
Well, Page taking on Lipscomb Academy tonight.
Maybe they'll get Trent Dilfer's autograph after the game. The head coach of Lipscomb, former Super Bowl champion quarterback.
92 seconds to go here. 3rd down and 7. There's Odom Megwu.
Yeah.
There goes Odom Megwu, and he'll have the 1st down. Dragged out of bounds by the Rebels close to the 30-yard line of Franklin.
George Odom on the carry.
And that, my friends,
That might be,
should wrap that up.
Williamson made the tackle for the
as they
Rebels.
say, the final nail in the coffin on this Friday the 13th.
1st and 10 for Summit. Ball at the
Yeah, and
Franklin
then Odom tells the
32-yard line.
the head ref, he says, "We're going victory formation, sir."
So Summit can go ahead and sit on it right here after the Odom Megwu 1st down. And that's what they'll do as the clock winds Under a minute to go.
So I give your clipboard back. No,
It is a heavy clipboard,
it
isn't it?
It is solid.
It is a solid clipboard.
So congratulations to Coach Brian Coleman, the Spartans coaching staff, and the players. Is he now 4-0?
The Summit Spartans will head to 4-0. These Franklin Rebels will drop to 1-3. Again, we'll see these Rebels again in action next week as they take on Independence, Summit High School, Columbia, I believe. Is that what I said?
Yeah, Columbia Central.
Columbia Central. And the players will go ahead and march to center field, or midfield rather, and shake hands as we tick away in 3, 2, and 1. So that'll do it for us tonight here at the WCTV Game of the Week. Thank you to everybody who joined us, all of our crew here at Franklin High School. For Paul Brees, my name is Michael Williams. They'll be back in action next Friday night where these Rebels will take on Independence. Hope to see you next Friday night on the WCTV Game of the Week. Have a great weekend and a great week, everybody.